Do you constantly dream of making big changes in your life, but somehow never manage to start? Maybe the problem isn't you, maybe it's your habits. Even something that takes just 1 minute a day can bring far more change than you think. I was stuck in the same loop for years. I wanted to be healthier, to be more productive, read more books, learn something new every single day. But over time, I realized something important. Those big goals were always being pushed to tomorrow. Because my daily life was already full of small battles, and those big goals, they felt like giant blocks added on top of an already heavy load. Then one day, I asked myself, what if the real breakthrough doesn't come from big promises, but from tiny habits, repeated consistently? I'm not talking about suddenly changing your whole life. I'm talking about habits so simple they might seem silly, but done daily, they do make a difference. Like reading for just 10 to 15 minutes a day, laying out my clothes the night before, tidying up my desk in just 2 minutes each evening. Sure, these things won't change the world, but over time, they start to change you. Looking back, I now clearly see, it's not massive revolutions that transform your life, it's consistency, and consistency is built on small habits. In this video, I'll share 10 habits that are easy to apply, but have a big impact. You don't have to do them all. Even if you only stick to one, it might open the door to an entirely new version of your life. So if you're ready, let's begin. Now, let's be honest. Life is already messy enough, but when you let those small tasks pile up, you start to feel mentally cluttered too. Think about it, taking out the trash takes 10 seconds, but ignore it for 3 days, and suddenly your living room feels like a junkyard. I used to think like this, well, if I do that now, I'll get off track. I'll handle it in a bit. Yeah. Except in a bit turned into days of guilt and stress, so I gave myself a rule: if something takes less than 2 minutes, don't think. Just do it. Throwing clothes in the hamper, taking a cup back to the kitchen, replying to a quick email. They might look small, but when left undone, they start to stack up, and before you know it, a 2-minute task has turned into 2 hours of stress. And let's be real, it's not just about physical chores. At the end of the day, instead of saying, I did nothing today, you say, well, I actually handled some small stuff. And you know what? That feeling becomes addictive, because small steps build confidence. Now, here's a habit that seems ridiculously simple, but makes a massive difference: turn off your phone notifications. Let's be honest, most of us can't go a day without hearing those ping sounds, but the real problem, those little sounds don't just distract you. They scramble your brain. Studies show it takes 25 minutes to fully regain your focus after seeing a single notification. Imagine that, someone sends a simple hey message, and without even noticing, you've lost 25 minutes of clear thinking. If you think I'm exaggerating, try it. Since I made this a habit, I start my mornings with notifications off. On some days, my phone stays silent all day. Because when I can quiet my phone, I can finally hear what I'm trying to say. And those useless notifications, try our new pizza deal. Really? I haven't changed, your pizza has. Congrats. Pass. Just try going 1 hour a day with no notifications, you'll feel the difference. And guess what? The world doesn't fall apart when people can't reach you for an hour, but you come back refreshed, a clearer, calmer version of yourself. Small change. Big breath. You might be thinking, come on, what difference does it make to stand up every hour? Well, it does make a difference. Standing up every hour might just be your body's secret insurance plan. For years, I'd sit at my desk for hours without moving. My knees would ache, my back would stiffen, but I'd keep saying, let me just finish this task first. Spoiler, that task never ended. Eventually, I realized, the goal isn't just finishing the work, it's reminding your body, hey, we're still alive. You can lose hours staring at a screen, and your body won't thank you for it. Now, I wear a smart watch, and yes, I turn its notifications off when I need to focus. Every hour, it reminds me, stand up. Sometimes I just go wash my face. Even that tiny movement wakes me up, because let's be real, sit long enough, and you start to feel like a potted plant. One small movement today might save you from major health problems tomorrow, so I don't care what anyone thinks. Stand up. Stretch. Take a deep breath, and if you want, sit back down. But now, you're a more alive version of yourself. Now hold on, because this next one might sound strange. Do nothing for 1 minute a day, no phone, no laptop, no talking, no pets, just you, and your own thoughts. At first, I thought, what's the point? But think about it, we're always consuming something, videos, messages, emails, noise, chaos. But our minds, when do they get a break? I accidentally started this habit. The only place I didn't take my phone was, well, you know. And in that 1 minute of stillness, I realized, I could actually hear myself think. Some days I reflect on something, some days I stare into space, but every time, I feel this subtle mental slowdown, and it's powerful. Being alone with yourself can feel scary, but it's also transformative. This isn't some philosophical obsession, it's just a simple act of mindfulness, to stop yourself from getting swallowed by modern life. And you don't have to tell anyone. In fact, do it secretly, make it yours, just 1 minute a day, maybe. The real you is waiting in that silence. And finally, a sentence I hear all the time, I wish I could read more, but I just don't have time. Really? You had time for an hour of TikTok, 40 minutes of Reels, 3 episodes of your show, but books? Nope. No space left. Let's be clear, reading isn't about time, it's about priority, and I say this with no judgment, because I used to be exactly the same. Every day I'd say, today, I'm definitely starting. Then the next morning, okay, tomorrow for sure. Until one day I made a decision, just 15 minutes of reading a day, before bed, while drinking coffee, while the kids watch cartoons, wherever I could. Those 15 minutes, they worked my brain like a muscle. Suddenly my vocabulary grew, the way I think started to shift. Sometimes I'd even say, wow. This sentence. It's like it was written for me.